Hello friends, my name is Jitesh Kumar Bhatia and I am working as PGT Computer Science in Kendriya Vidyalaya Jawaharnagar. My contact detail is jitesh.bhatia80@gmail.com. Thanks for viewing my previous videos, and today I will be continuing from the next video, which is actually question number 8. So moving to question number 8, we have like this, that what are conditional statements? Give example. So when we are talking about conditional statement, we have to write like this: the statement or a block of statement which gets executed only when given condition is true, they are known as conditional statements. It means that every block of code is related to a statement, is related to a condition, and if the condition is true, it will be executing that particular block of code, and if that condition is false, it will not be executing that particular block of code. In Python, conditional statements are as follows. We have multiple conditional statements in Python. So the very first one is if statement. What does if statement do? The syntax is, we have to write if followed by a condition followed by a colon followed by the block of statements, and that particular condition when becomes true, it executes those block of statements following that if statement. So we have to write like this, that if the condition is true, the statement or statements following if are executed, otherwise not. So let us take an example. We can see that x equal to 10. We are initializing the value of x as 10, and we are checking the condition as if x double equal to 10. So if this condition is true, the block of code following that particular condition will be executed, and because the value of x is 10, so this x double equal to 10, this is a comparison operator which will return either true or false. So because x double equal to 10 is true, so this condition becomes true and this block of code will get executed. So it will be printing x is 10. However, if the value of x would have been something else, like for example we would have taken x equal to 5. So x is 5 and we are checking x double equal to 10. So 5 double equal to 10 is false. So because this condition is false, then in that case it will not execute this particular statement, and this particular code will not print anything on the screen. Moving towards the second part, which is if else statement. So what does if else statement says? There are situations when we want that if a condition is true, some part of code gets executed, and if the condition is false, some other part of code gets executed. So let us see the example. So we are writing x equal to 10. This initialized value is 10, and we are checking the condition as follows: x modulus 2 double equal to 0. X modulus 2, what it does, it finds the remainder when the value of x is divided by 2. So when the remainder when the value of x is divided by 2, the remainder would be either 0 or 1. So we are checking if the remainder is 0, we have to print x is even. The value of x will be printed because it is outside double quotes. So x is even will be printed. It means 10 is even will be printed in this case. And if this particular condition is false, then the else part would get executed, and this particular statement will get executed, which prints the value of x is odd. So we have to take a note that either this particular statement or this particular statement will get executed, not both of them. And like for example, we are taking when x equal to 10, so x modulus 2 double equal to 0 is true, so it will print 10 is even. However, if x would have been 5, so x equal to 5 case says that 5 modulus 2 is 1. 1 double equal to 0 is not true, so else part would get executed and it would print 5 is odd. I hope you understand these things. Moving towards the next part, which is if else. What if else does? There are multiple conditions, and the very first condition which is true, that part gets executed, and if neither of the condition is true, the else part gets executed. So what we have to write? We have to write like this: there are multiple conditions. The first condition that is true, the part gets executed, otherwise else part gets executed. Let us take an example. We are taking x equal to 70, and here the condition is x greater than 75, here the condition is x greater than 60. So you can see that 70 greater than 75 is false. 70 greater than 75 is false, so this particular statement, print first with distinction, will not get executed. Coming to the next condition, x greater than 60 is true, 70 greater than 60 is true. Because this condition is true, so the corresponding part first will get executed. So this particular statement print first will get executed in this case. If however x would have been some other value which such that no condition was true, like for example x equal to 50 I am taking, so x equal to 50 means that 50 greater than 75 is also false, 50 greater than 60 is also false. Then because neither of the condition is true, so else part would get executed and it would print not first. So either this or this will get executed, not all of them. Moving towards the next question. So we have, what are nested if statements? Give example. What are nested if statements? When we are talking about nested word, nested means one inside the other. So when we are talking about nested if, it means one if is inside another if. So the answer is as the same as well. If an if statement is inside another if statement, it is known as nested if. For example, we can have many programs, but I am actually relating a program to find largest of three numbers. We are taking three values a, b and c. These three values can be anything. I have taken 10, 12 and 8. It can be anything. Here b is the largest value, however a would have been the largest or c would have been the largest. It's your wish, but the code will always give the correct result. So we are writing like this: if a is greater than b, if a is greater than b, it means b can never be the highest value, because there is some value a which is greater than b. So because b is a lesser value, so it cannot be highest. So it means we are left out with either a or c. So inside this if statement, we are again having another if statement, and so it is called nested if. Now you can see that here we are again checking a condition a greater than c. So a greater than c, it means if this condition is true, we are left out with two conditions true, which are a greater than b and a greater than c. Because these two conditions are simply saying that a is greater than b and a is greater than c, it means a is the highest value, so we are printing a. And if this condition is not true, it means c is greater than a. C is greater than a means we are moving towards the else part. So this else part says that a is greater than b but c is greater than a. So you can see that b cannot be highest value, a cannot be highest value, so we are left out with c. So c would be the highest value. Moving towards the else part of this if statement. So this else part says that b is greater than a. Because b is greater than a, it means we are left out with either b or c, not a, right? So inside this else part, we are again having an if statement which is checking b is greater than c. If this condition is true, then in that case we are left out with b is greater than a and b is greater than c. So we can easily see that b is the highest value. And what does this else part says? If this condition is false, we will be moving towards the else part. So if this condition is false, it means c is greater than b. So here we are actually having b is greater than a and c is greater than b. B is greater than a, it means a cannot be the highest value. C is greater than b, it means b cannot be the highest value. It means we are left out with only a single option, which is c. So it will be printing c. Here this example is coded here because we needed to have if inside another if. So you can see that there is if inside another if. So this is an example of nested if. However, if we execute this particular block of code, we will be getting the output as 12. So this is all about this particular video. I hope you understood the concepts related to this, and I hope you liked it. Thank you. Thanks for listening. And for any query, you can contact me at my email ID, which is jitesh.bhatia80@gmail.com. Thank you. Thanks for listening.